points, but yeah, carry on.
I'm just saying it's a dangerous thing when you phrase certain things and people take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
When you're saying that U.S. land, that don't sound very well good.
Now, often the way this verse is preached in many evangelical pulpits is as a rally cry. In so many sermons, the people referred to in the passage are the American people, and the land is the American land. The meaning of the text is understood as an invitation to 21st century America to return to God and then enjoy God's blessings once again. It's no wonder one scholar said that 2 Chronicles 7:14 is the John 3:16 of the American civil religion.
Or they call it, when they went on the Crusades, that's what it sounds like too.
Well, he's comparing it to John 3:16, which everybody here in the United States is always doing.
Well, what I'm referring to is when you say God with U.S. stand, well, it just sounds like the Crusades. When they're making the church into the you fight for the USA, but you fight for the God.
Well, he goes on to say, if nothing else, the question must be asked of this kind of sermon: where should we take America back to? Do you mean back to the area of the founders, or back to the 1950s or the 1980s? When exactly in America's blip of an existence did everything fall apart? You know. So that's another good question. It's like, you sit and you hear that. I mean, they're talking about making America great again. At what point?
And what depth of it?
You know. So.
Making America great again. That's such a vague term. It doesn't mean anything. Waiting capacity.
Right. Now, we need, in addition to the president's lineup, I already mentioned that about the cabinet officials and everything, right?
What about them?
Like, there's going to be other ones that have read this too as well. Like, I noticed in here, Marco Rubio is going to be one of the readers, and Susie Wiles is going to be there doing it too. So we're going to have that going on. Now, Trump and other top Republicans read passages in the Marathon Bible event. This one is from AP, and it says that this is updated at 6:01 p.m. Central Daylight Time on April the 21st, 2026. It says President Donald Trump and many of his leading Christian supporters and top Republicans are taking part this week in a marathon reading of the Bible in an America 250 themed event billed as encouraging a return to the spiritual foundation that has shaped our country. The America Reads the Bible event, with each participant reading a passage aloud, is being live streamed from the Museum of the Bible in Washington and other locations. It featured a video of Trump from the Oval Office on Tuesday evening reading an Old Testament passage that called for national repentance in ancient Israel, words that have been used prominently for decades by those promoting the belief that America has been and should be a Christian nation. Now, Trump recited the passage from his desk with his hands folded on an open Bible in front of him, though he was looking straight into the camera. The video cut back and forth between two camera angles. Now, the Bible is indelibly woven into our national identity, the way of life, Trump said in a statement commemorating the event. The statement cited historical figures such as the Puritan leader John Winthrop as imploring his fellow Christian settlers to stand as a beacon of faith and for all the world to see. Now, critics say the event has a highly partisan list of participants and is part of a larger project to connect America's upcoming 250th birthday with a Christian nationalist vision that portrays the nation's founding as essentially Christian. Something many historians dispute. Now, white Christians, particularly evangelicals, have been crucial to Trump's electoral base.
Did you say white Christians?
Yeah, white Christians.
Yeah, okay. You can see where this who's written this.
Yeah.
Well, what sort of philosophy that person has got. Yeah.
And one thing wouldn't hurt for him to have done is take each group of different, like the Pope, and have people, high Pope and different religions and them all be there to help write and talk about this, where it's not sounding so, I don't want to use the word, but white print, it just don't sound good. I don't want to.
That's where you head into, and I disagree when it comes to Pope and.
Well, no, I'm saying it wouldn't be a bad thing to have different looks of it.
There to represent the Holy Roman Catholic Church.
Well, no, I mean all churches, all religions.
No, I'm sorry, no. If you got a representative of the Pope is there as the voice of God's representative for the Holy Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, but
not all religion, and we have this. I've seen some of the arguments in relation to Church of England and the Anglican Church and the Count Monarch, the concept of that he's they're representing all faiths. You cannot be head of a church and then say, "Oh, I've got to represent all faiths."
Well, no, I'm just talking about if you take one from each faith.
Solely that church.
Well, I'm talking about like you got Congress. You take the Congress of different types of churches.
Donald Trump, the president of the US, is head of a church,
Well,
whereas the Pope is, and the President monarch is. They both are head of the representative churches.
Also,
but the president isn't head of the representative church.
well, I was just referring to where they don't, one person don't put it in a way of insulting other religions too.
Why not?
Well,
why shouldn't you criticize another religion?
Well, I'm saying
it's also a theological, political entity as well as.
Well, I don't want.
Are you saying that we have to have blasphemy laws though?
No, what I'm saying is I don't see why should I, even when she said the U.S. is better than what England is, because we are in a certain, we're higher or whatever, and whatever. I mean, to me, that's what it sounds like. It's not a good thing when you put the ideal a little too high, where you're running down other places.
Well, that's what that's what's the end thing though now, Robert. You see the end like.
So iniquitous system could be considered as running down a subject.
Hold up. Hold on. No, wait.
It's like anything now. We all got to go walk around hand in hand, hug each other.
No, that's not what it is. Okay, look. When it comes to this, I don't like the idea of bringing in the white Christian comment either. Okay, but the truth of the matter is it's like it's a separation of state and religion for a reason. Okay, like it's getting too freaking out of hand. Where like this right here, this is completely political bullshit. And most of this is ran by frickin' Christian organizations that are real thick in the nationalist movement. These are all just nationalist Christians who want to push this crazy idea that our country is all about the Christian faith. And the truth of the matter is the majority of people who founded this government didn't even believe in Christianity. Okay?
They did.
Founding fathers of the US.
Right.
Could argue as being.
Yeah, but
I mean, and they made it a point. They made it a real big issue to separate religion from state for a reason.
They learned from England.
Okay.
They didn't want to go down the road like what England did.
Britain, where we have by long historical sort of connection between religion and
social life
and politics. Politics and Christianity goes hand in hand in England. So
yeah, but that's the thing. The U.S. didn't want to go down that road, but then here they are.
But maybe with the I don't know, Saudi Arabia. Islam and that's
the whole farce. That's the whole farce. That kind of stuff isn't going to happen here. Religious people aren't going to be able to take over a freaking government because we don't encourage religions to be dominant over freaking over the people. You know what I'm saying? We don't want freaking religious dogma to like we had that happen back in the Middle Ages, and you know what I'm saying? How many people died because of the Catholic Church?
It didn't even exist in the Middle Ages, so that's a bad.
Well, that's the best way of saying it is the Middle Ages.
Well, no, it's when the U.S. fight for independence.
I mean, how many people during the Middle Ages died because of the Catholic Church? You know what I'm saying? How many people were put to death because freaking they didn't believe in Christianity?
Or if they didn't believe it or not.
We have moved on.
No, apparently not. Apparently not.
Country in itself. And that is the head of the Vatican City, political head of the Vatican City, is the Pope. He's not slaughtering non-Catholics in Vatican City. So I argue that's a bad. Looking at it from a perspective.
Have you watched that movie?
So if the Catholics aren't capable of slaughtering people in Vatican City, then what makes you so worried about Muslims slaughtering people in Europe? I mean, it's like I see it as like a double standard. You have this belief
but you got to look at the political situation.